And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
Oh, get on your war paint. Patriots are in the house.
Red-blooded Patriots.
Red-blooded, dude.
Fresh Patriots.
The Bill Belichick coached Patriots.
All right.
It's The Bonfire. Big J. Okerson, Dan Soder.
Hi.
Cruz here. Katie Nolan joining us for the show today. We were talking. We all got involved. Christine's the only person who hasn't seen it yet. Did you watch it, Lou?
Yeah, I sure did.
Well,
You watched it, Black Lou?
Black Lou watched it. Jacob watched it. You said it on Monday on the show. You were like, hey, watch 4 Hours in the Capitol, the HBO Max documentary. Went home after the show. You know, took Myrtle for a little park time. Came back, talked to Katie. I was like, you want to fire this thing up? We'll order dinner and watch this thing. And at first it was like, we knew it was going to kind of be sad. Or like, you know, like a watch where you're like, he's like a frustrating
Sad's
watch.
The wrong word. Yeah, frustrating.
Frustrating
watch.
it was the better word. Like a frustrating watch to be like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And then we just immediately started making fun of it, and it made the entire experience much. That's when I was like, you should come on the Bonfire tomorrow and talk about this. And here she is.
It's like people who were at that insurrection,
It looked like
aggressively in it, have said, no, it does not. What it remind me of? I said the Woodstock documentary.
Yeah, Woodstock
When it
99.
just gets out of hand, it's like these people who
When
are
you
like,
see people in crowds start acting insanely.
yeah, and you go, God, because people that did crazy shit then, I mean, throwing barriers at people, have since watched an episode of Family Guy and left. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that was like watching Third World every day as a struggle shit.
Yeah.
Coming from a bunch of people where you're like, you were able to afford body armor.
Yeah.
You fucking lunatic.
I would go watch the documentary 4 Hours in the Capitol on HBO Max. It's under, I think that's what it's called, right? 4 Hours in the Capitol?
4 hours,
4 Hours at the Capitol.
Get your prepositions right.
Yeah,
They
I
weren't in
apologize.
it for 4 hours.
Yes, this guy.
This guy.
This guy.
They do it's a good documentary.
I just, overarching thing for me was the stunning lack of a plan. It just felt like they all wanted to get in, and then they got in, and they were like,
There was
who's
no
in
plan
charge?
after that.
What
In
are
fact,
we doing?
They didn't even
Where
know
are
if they
going?
didn't even know if they were going in there to
You know what?
once they got in, like in a villainous way.
Yeah.
When they got in, that's when they were like, "You guys just can't storm in." And he goes, "It's great." Was the guy in the Viking hat going? Goes, "Guys, we gotta be cool now."
Guys, be cool. What was the cop's name?
Robichaud.
Robichaud. The guy Robichaud, the cop. So
The
they talked to
redheaded
everybody.
cop.
They talked to everybody. They talked to Capitol Police. They talked to the rioters.
Proud Boys.
They talked to the Proud Boys. They talked to everybody in this documentary. And so we're watching it, and at the beginning, they show this police officer with Robichaud, and Katie goes, oh, that's a great cop name, like Robichaud. And then as we're walking the documentary, I go, it's an even better name for a guy that always fucks up at work. Where you're like, how did they get in the main Senate floor? Was it Robichaud? Robichaud, God damn it. And he goes, I tried talking to him. Yeah. I wanted to talk.
Diplomacy. That's
is
what
he-
the building's
is that
all about.
Is that the cop who just kept backing up?
Yeah.
Like the black cop?
No.
No. This was the redheaded cop who was like, at that moment, I realized I was alone in there with them. That
When
it
he
was
just
just
walks in
me.
with
And
the
he's like, all I
walkie-talkie?
could do was talk to him.
Yeah, he goes, how you guys
that's
doing?
The guy. And he goes, hey guys, like welcome to the Capitol.
Yeah, so
He just got his
This
walkie-talkie.
is,
He's like, hey, so I seem to be severely outnumbered. Can you guys be cool about this?
He goes, hey, and then they go, we gotta be cool, everybody.
Guys, my buddy Robichaud says be cool.
It got away.
The thing that made me laugh the hardest is...
well, let me say one thing real quick before we get into all the equal part. Why this was such a jarring documentary for me. I watched all this shit on TV that day. TV didn't give you anywhere near the bird's eye view of this.
Yeah.
I knew it was crazy, but almost when you just hear and see, like the whole, it was so based around this one girl getting shot and killed.
Yeah.
That it became like that.
Ashley
But
Babbitt.
I thought that number was so crazy low for major things happening that I was like, I guess they really fucking like got that like under control as best they could, because wow, one death. That's wild.
There was also an officer's death, and then there was 3. They said at the end, because you missed it.
Suicides.
There was. They go through the deaths at the very end. Something that Black Lou and Katie and I were talking about before the show. The part that we wanted to see at the end of the documentary was all the jail time that all these people. There's a guy that tases a cop's
The base of his
skull. He just jams a fucking taser into his neck, and the guy's like, ah, and they show the video, and the guy's like doing it maliciously. And then they, of course, let the cop back up because he's like, I got kids. And they were like, oh shit, well, you shouldn't do that. But, which is such
What if you don't have kids?
Yeah, then you're like, well, fuck you.
Kill
Still
him.
get to live.
But we all
Kill him,
talked.
he's shooting blanks.
Yeah, this guy, he's got a barren wife. Get him. But the end of it, I think we were all waiting to see, like, remember this guy in the movie? He got 7 months in jail. This guy got so much in jail. And they didn't do that.
But they
just
did say that
ended
a bunch, I think a couple cops
4 cops killed
commit
themselves.
suicide afterwards.
With months within, after, and they talked to a couple of the families.
One lady said that it just changed her husband mentally, and that he was like off from work, and the day he went back to work, he didn't come home.
He just killed
used
himself with his service revolver.
Service weapon.
Yeah, service weapon. And then they don't go into any of the jail time, but they kind of abruptly end it pretty quick. But the thing that really made me laugh the whole time is when they sincerely call themselves patriots. That might be the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life. If you walk around being like, I am a patriot, unless you're a full-on military veteran, if you're a military
Or a linebacker.
For Bill Belichick, and you ran a solid 4.3 for fucking 16,
Or a small white receiver.
that can just take damage across the middle. But if you served in the military, yeah, you can use the P word. If you're just a dude that works at Walmart and then has body armor on the weekends,
That was the part that I didn't understand, is why at no point none of the cops who told us in the documentary about how they had served, that at no point did one of them yell out like, thank me for my service. Like, that's how you get those people to back off. Just be like,
because they were getting yelled at. It shows the whole documentary. All these people are going up to the cops being like, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. In fact, the guy that got attacked, that got tased, he was like, that was when I was walking up to the Capitol. Everyone's like, which side are you on, bro?
Buddy, those cops, and you know me, I don't love the cops.
Dude, there's a scene.
Certainly don't love the cops, but I will say the cops there, like, I think they ended up being like the fucking real heroes of the whole thing, to not escalate that to the amount of deaths there were.
I would argue with you.
That's wild, dude.
I would argue and say I'd put the death of that Ashley Babbitt woman on those cops that moved the door, that got out of the way of the door.
those guys told them to move out of the way of the door, and they did.
And they were getting yelled at, and then one guy kept punching the window, and then there's a scene in the documentary where you just see the 3 cops move and go to the side.
Yeah, when he's punching.
And that's when the woman, Ashley Babbitt, breaks through and the guy shoots her in the fucking stomach. It was like the 3 cops just moved.
I blame her 100% for her own death.
Sure. But I'm saying as stopping it.
It was so weird once it happened.
But I can't believe that I said, when it was outside still, I'm like, forget shooting them in the face with fucking paintball. I'm like, take a machine gun, a row of machine guns, and start shooting feet and shins, man.
Black Lou's first text, he's like, I'm 5 minutes in. If they were black, this wouldn't have gone like this.
I hate to use that, because I hate when people do like, if it were men, or if it were women, or if this were black. But I was like, no one's even reached for their gun.
I disagree with that. Ultimately, I've heard that when it first happened about if it was black people, they would have. That was the first thing that was said always. Can you imagine if it was like all black people? Like, now they didn't want the bad press on that. No, America was in such a bad place right there, and that was already after Black Lives Matter and everything. Like, there's no way.
I just think
I'm not saying they wouldn't have maybe. I'm not saying they wouldn't have done. I'm not saying for the same reasons you're saying they would have mowed them down. I agree. It's the same reason, but it's I'm putting on a better face of like, we can't just mow down like a fucking world. Like the American government will never get out from underneath.
I think they
the
should.
Day they massacred black people over the steps. So I think they wouldn't have done it there either. I'm surprised with it being a bunch of goofy fucking made their helmets at home lunatics that they didn't just start blowing knees and feet off. I mean, just standing on top of those steps and just like, when there's a pile of them in front of you, people are going to stop coming.
The funniest one of the funniest guys that's in the building is when that Capitol officer is trying to lead him away from the Senate. That black dude, and he keeps running up the stairs and runs the other way. Is the guy that's right?
Like, so keep giving tours in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
well, you guys see over here. There's some cool stuff.
If you watch the documentary, the guy that runs up behind him always is the first one there and doesn't know what to do. Okay, and then he comes up the stairs and he goes, Pop.
Just waiting for an order.
Number one guy?
Number one guy has no
It's the guy who comments first on every YouTube video.
First.
I'm here.
First.
I got here first.
First
comment.
I saw you post it first. It was a man, but we got some time codes of guys that are, I don't give a fuck. Listen.
So do all of your time codes before 39 minutes is my first.
Nothing is funnier than how dorky Chuck Schumer is.
Oh my God.
Trying to be like,
Sons of
these
guns.
guys, really? Those sons of guns? You're like, Schumer, you suck so bad.
It's like you could easily come out looking good in this, and you still are like, that's the dork. That's our dork who's going to take care of these sons of guns.
Sons of guns. They wanted you dead, and you're like, sons of guns.
I'm going to give them a good talking to.
They miffed me.
I am perturbed.
Hey, Schumer, where was that curbing of your words when you killed everyone at Waco? And when you sent in the ATF to murder the Koresh family?
Shots fired.
Dude, I'll do it.
I don't know enough about this, so I'm just going to go, ooh.
Chuck Schumer, you've been messing up.
You got Wendy on that ass.
I'll tell you what. He looks good for his age, though. I'll say it.
His little niece made a funny movie called Trainwreck.
Trainwreck was good. I liked it.
Perfect, Wendy. You know what's funny is you go anything before 39 minutes.
Yeah.
That's my first time code.
39 minutes. I don't even remember what
it's
it
the
is.
Dude. Oh, I know who
Is it? Is it?
What dude?
Is it what I want?
Rotunda.
Blazing in the Tunda?
Yeah. This guy.
Wait,
It's
who is
just
it?
the energy
the
this
stoner.
guy has, if it's the clip that we think it is, it's the energy this guy has when he's like, oh, you know, it would be cool to smoke weed here. He packs a bowl, he gets a Scooby snack lit, goes right
You're
onto his
laughing at-
lip. He looks like he's never smoked a bowl in his life, then remembers that he has joints. And then he's just walking around everyone like, you want to smoke weed in the Rotunda?
It's beautiful.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
dude,
it's
bring that
so-
up.
You
It's
can't
so
be
funny.
a hippie when you just stormed into the Capitol.
39's your first jam?
39, yeah.
Too.
It was disturbing to some viewers, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, dude. Watching him get that Scooby snack on his beard.
Oh, my
We're like,
God.
watch, because you could see the flame of the bowl go through the fucking thing right
Oh,
on his
really?
lip.
Right up onto his face.
We watched it
He's like,
several
"Pah,
times. Yeah, it's one of these.
I know the exact feeling.
Yeah, he goes, it's hitting.
Clear it out.
He goes, this pipe's hitting. Watch out. I don't have a screen on this. it's that in between the hit.
I don't even know what he's.
You couldn't-
What's his stance?
I don't know. I don't know.
Honestly,
A lot of them I don't
he's
know.
I think he's like a surfer Trump fan, which is hilarious.
Hilarious.
I love watching these hybrids of these guys showing up being
It's
like,
crazy. Well, again, also because like, where's your brain at? Where when everyone's busting in, if you're just this guy who's like, isn't it neat? We're all here. I'm like, I am a big observer. And I'll watch and not get involved in all kinds of street fights and blah, blah, unless I'm feeling I'm saving like a helpless person
sure.
in a fight. You know what I mean? But just watching shit go down, like, I'm all for it. So, God, if I was DC Improv that fucking week and I was there, I would have went right up to like the street.
Yeah.
The edge of the
Front
street.
row seat, but you're not getting involved.
Front row seat. Steps. The property of the thing. I'm like, what are you, nuts?
You would have been the guy that was standing on the side of the stairs
watching
next
the
to
whole
the
time?
entrance. There was that guy when
These
that,
people all seem to know they're like they can't just open fire. And it's like, I would assume they would.
Yes.
They keep coming. They keep coming back to the tunnel, which you'll watch in the movie. It's
I didn't
basically-
realize there was that much hand-to-hand combat. They
Yeah.
were like really
Yeah.
shoving each
They were
other.
fighting each other, and if you watch, they call it the Battle of the Tunnel. It's where the president walks out for
That's
the
where we lost it.
inaugurations.
It's where he says, right, we lost the tunnel.
Well, they gained it.
Yeah, we're not going to lose the
You're
tunnel.
not.
They
We're not
can't
going to lose the tunnel. There keeps cutting back
Hi.
to the tunnel. Oh, hi! It keeps cutting back to the tunnel, and there's just this dude standing on the side of it, drinking a bottle of water. Throughout the whole documentary, you just keep seeing him, and he's just standing there holding the water, drinking it, and then finally they tear gas everyone at the end. He's like, "Okay," it's like he's there the whole documentary. It's
Just
pretty
standing
funny.
there.
Just standing there, fucking downing bottles of Deer
Poland
Park.
Spring.
It was, yeah.
Even just, you want people to take you seriously, and there's in this mass of people, it's like, fuck Joe Biden. He goes, is that the call to action? Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not even like if it was like Biden's trying to do this to it's like, fuck Joe Biden.
I truly
Like,
think, man, I'm like pretty
people brought
much
children to that, to there. It's,
pretty politically apathetic at this point,
I
but
don't
this
give a
is
shit.
fucking wild that people. It's Woodstock '99 energy.
dude, World Star Hip Hop already puts out the videos laughing like Joe Biden falling asleep at the
Oh,
fucking.
right.
He fell asleep at like the
Climate meeting.
meeting. And
He
so he's
really
like
is-
sleeping
I get
with his mask on, like sitting up, and it's like,
He really is like when a stripper marries a boring dude, you know? She goes, I can't be with Blade anymore because he tried cutting my head off when I was asleep. Anyways,
yeah.
Lloyd's nice, and he's like,
Yeah, I'm surprised-
I told her she doesn't have to dance anymore.
yeah, I'm surprised he's not married to that girl who War Machine beat up, the porn star.
yeah. Oh,
She goes, Christy Mack.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
War Machine beat me unrecognizable, but now I'm with Sleepy Joe, and he's pretty great. I don't mind eating dinner at 4.
whatever. whatever. Phil's nice. He works in an insurance agency, and we kind of go to the movies on Friday if he's feeling up to it.
I'm free on Fridays because that's his lodge night.
Yeah, that's his Elks Club night. Oh, here's a picture of when my MMA boyfriend Chuck Norris kicked through my window and then beat me to a half inch of my life.
A lot of people think I'm brave to shave my head, but I can't grow hair anymore.
You gotta understand. I got alopecia.
This is all ass skin up here.
They call it.
He dragged me from his from a motorcycle.
They call this shock loss. It's when your body is so shocked you can't grow hair back.
Can't grow hair anymore.
It's pretty crazy. Let's bring up the stoner that fucking.
So this is a guy that went into. We should explain.
He calls himself a filmmaker, but but there's a word before
Independent.
It's almost
activist.
Oh, maybe it's activist.
It might be
activist.
activist. A lot of people say activist. And
imagine if your title was Proud Boy. I understand that the Proud Boys are a thing, but it just looks so funny on screen to be like
insane.
Big J Okerson, Proud Boy.
Proud Boy.
He's a very proud boy.
So for every time Katie Nolan has to be on screen now, say sassy girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a proud boy.
Sweet lady.
Sweet lady.
What are the insecure boys? Yeah. Where's their march?
The insecure men.
The insecure men.
We
Shameful
stay at home.
Boys.
Yeah, nervous boy. I'm part of the nervous boys.
Yeah, I'm in the shameful dudes.
You're scared boys.
Scared dudes.
Sorry boys.
Sorry boys.
Sorry boys.
Sorry boys is my group, dude. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is so to explain this guy. He's like a hippie-ish looking dude. He's got long curly hair that he puts up in just the top. He's doing that Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, that's Ashley.
The Aaron Rodgers ponytail.
Yeah, but you know who you're forgetting? You're talking about being an observer, right? Like if you're at the DC Improv, the guy at the beginning, the British filmmaker named Ashley, who's like, I was there just to film it. And I was walking around and I was like, these guys are getting very serious there. And every time he came up, we're like, you got a lady's name. Every time he came up in the documentary.
And luscious curls.
And he goes, and honestly, the protest wasn't that bad until they found out my name was Ashley. And they wouldn't leave me alone.
Didn't look through the viewfinder for one picture he took, by the way.
He's just like this.
He's like, no, he's like...
Dude, the craziest
he's trying to get home. He's like, I got to take 16 pictures, boss says, so there's something cool. Oh, look at that, Gerald Ford.
The craziest shit's when you're watching them fight the police in the tunnel and they're pushing and one guy's got his phone recording.
Oh, God.
And you're like...
Evidence. It's evidence. It's self-incriminating.
Dude, that's the funniest part of all of this. Mm-hmm. The funniest part of the whole thing is that they all got in legal trouble and all the videos they show them of them talking shit, it's like of their own videos, where I would... kill to just have a reaction cam of them playing that in court where he goes, Your Honor, my client didn't storm the Capitol, and shows him, he goes, and we're gonna fuck their butts on their desks for America. I am storming the Capitol. James Lubbock of 1321 Hemingway Drive am storming the Capitol.
A leader, in fact.
I would say I started and then there's like, you're facing 17 years in a federal penitentiary.
No, dude, I was just talking shit that day.
Nah, dude, I was just on some bullshit. I told Katie.
That's like the I am delivered women's guy. I tell you, when his video now, he's like, "Are you not gay?" He's like, "No, I was just all wrapped up. I was goosed
really
up in there that day."
Yeah,
he's like, "Wait, you're gay?" He's like, "You're still gay?" He goes,
Yeah.
He goes, "Man, I got in there and it was my first time in church like that."
I was like, "Did you see me?" I was like, "Women."
Yeah, he was like, "What should I say? What should I say?" Is turned around.
I shook at the end. I got the spirit. I caught the spirit at the end.
But no, I still love to have sex with dudes.
But yeah, I love to get pounded out by a hot butt.
Women's.
But I told Katie it's also the same energy of a guy at a bar with a girl going, we're going to go back to my hotel. I'm going to fuck you on the desk. I'm going to fuck you on the floor. I'm going to fuck you on the bed. And then
he comes on the hand job.
And he goes, anyways, I didn't mean like all those places. That was just me saying that.
You just pull out the tape. You're like, isn't this you? And you're like, I'm here live. I'm going to fuck you on the desk. Yeah. And he's just watching it.
First he goes, I'll be honest, he goes, the desk though, just like, I know I was talking that shit, but the desk is actually pretty shoddy.
Yeah.
So it's like,
women start giving men insurrection receipts when they don't fuck you. When you be like, hey, remember the sext you sent that said you were going to do A, B, and C? None of it. And you're like, I'm a patriot.
Thanks for holding me accountable.
You said you want to fuck all night until we wake up and go get breakfast at a diner? He goes, did I?
Oh, because
I mean, I do want to get breakfast at a diner.
Eggs would be fucking killer.
But you know how much better we're going to feel at that diner? With a couple hours of these.
Yeah.
You know what's even better than hot fucking? Deep REM.
Guys, get a couple of REM psychs in before we get out there.
I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I can see my dead dad and we can go sledding and then I'll wake up without a boot. Maybe grab an omelet. I don't know. I'm just fucking spitballing.
I'm just saying, breakfast diner, yes. I'm into that.
Push come to shove, I can knuckle fuck you real quick before I pass out.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you want me to give you a couple of digis before I go to bed?
I can give you a how do you do, and then I'll roll over, and then we will grab eggs over my hammy.
Dude, the fucking... Every girl has to have probably, I bet, has a funny story of a guy switching hands on a finger blast when his fingers start getting tired, like trying to make that switch.
Have either one of you watched a man give up?
Oh no, I give up for them before that.
Do you?
I bail them out.
But how about like the fucking? It's like was it Indiana Jones when he tries to put the sand like on the thing? I mean, it's like you're like, yeah, he goes, yo, there we go.
Hey,
There you go.
And then, depending on your position, you have to like just to get that sim, you have to come like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. You have to make a distraction. Who's trying to get in the room? And I'm in. Oh no, the cops are outside.
Here you go. He goes, what is that? Is that the front door? No? Okay, that's cool. There it is. Slide the other one in. So let's watch.
By the way, because of this show, Katie and I
oh
think
God, where are we going?
When Myrtle drinks water.
Oh.
Whenever Myrtle drinks water in the living room, because of the noise, I fake finger Katie wherever I'm at in the room. I just go like this. She'll be on the couch and I'll be like, get it. And Myrtle will be like, sucking down a bowl of water.
We don't do it when she's looking, though. When she comes up from the water, we stop.
Yeah.
That'd be
That's
weird.
good.
It's just
we don't do
behind her
it
back.
for her.
Not trying
It's
to
for
warp
us.
her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you want her to be a normal kid at school.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want her calling her teacher's mommy.
So this is the hippie guy. He's got weed pants on, and they want you to take him seriously.
Didn't even know the weed pants.
I told you about the weed pants, but you don't listen. So thanks for proving it. Go
Great.
ahead.
Now you started to fight.
We're holding each
Real
other
nice.
accountable.
That's what we do.
You guys aren't fighting. You're holding each other accountable.
Right? Loudly.
And now then you know accountable goes, I will pay more attention to weed pants when you point them out.
When you
Thank
point
you.
out weed pants, I will listen.
Thank you.
About to get physically accountable in here.
Well, you can see how accountable I am.
I'll show you.
Two pieces of accountability.
Oh, dude.
And I see now that people are going in.
This is the guy.
Oh my gosh.
Weed
We're
pants.
going in.
Oh.
We're going in.
We're going in.
Okay.
So dumb.
All
Looks
right.
like we're about to storm
Now,
the
he said that with
Capitol.
the thing goes, we're doing mushrooms tonight? Or doing mushrooms?
All right, looks like we're partying.
Yeah, he
What
goes,
did you think you were doing?
Yeah,
You were
because-
rushing towards the Capitol.
yeah, he goes, we're going to go bust in with guns and see if someone's going to get murdered? I guess we're going to see if somebody gets murdered.
I was there to tell Pelosi I didn't like her policy work. Looks like plans changed.
Looks like I'm going to wield a flagpole like a spear.
Hey, dude, also the overlaying premise of this is that Donald Trump, they show the speech where he's like, go down there.
I'll be there.
I'll be right there.
I'll be right behind you. I'll meet you guys
fucked shit
there.
up.
I'll meet you guys there. 3 o'clock?
They left before his speech, but then, he spent months being like, I didn't cause that insurrection. That wasn't me. That's
He's like,
even at
when
the
you
end.
guys are down there, he goes, I want you all to form a ladder made of people that I will, stairs made out of people that I will descend like the 300 guy.
If you're familiar,
Xerxes.
Are you-
I want to arrive like Xerxes.
I want to walk on people. I don't know if you guys are familiar with old battle techniques, but a phalanx should work properly in order to break a lot of their barriers. I kept laughing with Katie being like, dude, if there was a video of their like, and Dan Soder told me to come and rob this bank, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. I didn't say that.
Craziest part, too, is at the end when someone's like, oh, look, Trump is saying that we need to go home. And they all were like, okay.
Yeah.
Daddy said go home.
They play
so
it on
now
the
we all
bullhorn.
go
It's
home.
just- it's
Come
the
on, you
guy
guys are
show-
sweet boys. You're such sweet boys.
The gesture of a guy showing up in Braveheart clothes.
Dude,
right?
just doing the makeup in the morning in the mirror,
Oh my
going,
God,
"Hey,
painting
can you
your
see
face for this?
Can you see if they have a continental breakfast downstairs?" And you're putting the blue on.
Is this good? He goes, it's my first time.
Did I miss any
It's
stuff?
my first time doing grease paint. So
Also, I don't know if you know the story of the. He's called the QAnon shaman.
Yeah.
He
That's
immediately.
the guy with the hat and the horns?
Yeah, he immediately, when he got arrested, became a hyper bitch. Where he started being like, I'm vegan. I can't have any of this jail food. And then his mom was like, let them out. They're being mean. And you're like, what a pussy of a shaman.
The guy was screaming with a spear in his hand.
Yeah.
But I'm
Meanwhile,
saying,
real shamans have to go on like fire walks and like do all this thing. And then he's like, I put on buffalo horns.
I did a spiritual journey through the walls of justice.
A vegan wearing the skin of an animal.
He's a basic bitch.
Yeah.
Is what he is.
But I'm saying, but the context of like, it's like we want our freedom. Like he's taking this. It's like so overly dramatic, obviously, like to make it like Braveheart. He goes, you think the things you're fighting for are the brave on the William Wallace level of what you're fighting? It's like you're talking about like, I don't want to get vaccinated if I don't want to. I want the mumps.
Donald Trump, don't you understand? I love you. Always have. Always will. When you showed up in Home Alone 2, I said that would be the man I would fight for. I said I'd die for you.
That's what I mean. It's all like, well, why?
Dude,
what do you think the freedom's being taken away by Donald Trump not being reelected? You're like, oh, no.
The second they had to say the next line, the second it had to be like, so why are you here? They were all like, for free and fair elections. We're ready for free and fair elections. And like, what does that mean to you?
If we have to hang Mike Pence to get it.
Yeah, what does that mean to you?
It's so hyped up. It's all like this. The best way to describe it is they're all politically horny in a seedy way, and they haven't blown their. They're just like, I want to fuck. Yeah. I want to fuck covered in baby oil, and I want spiders on me. And then like later they're showing their interview. They go, well, you can see how I got there. I hadn't jerked off in a couple of days. And I was getting kind of weird.
The Proud Boys, like that first guy talking, the Proud Boy guy. First of all, he reminded me of the guy who got his face shut off in the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia.
Oh yeah, the guy with the. Are you talking about the guy with the hole in his cheek?
No. I'm talking about the guy. I'm talking about the guy.
That guy kind of rules.
No, he does kind of rule
because he's just holding his cheek and he goes. He's sitting down in the Senate and they go.
He did more shit.
He goes, "Is your face bleeding?" He goes, "I'm just trying to make sure they're cool."
He had a rubber bullet in his cheek and he went about his day of insurrecting.
Yeah, dude, when they're in the main thing and that cop Robishaw's talking to him, and he goes, "What are you doing here?" He goes, I'm just making sure they're nice.
Yeah, he goes, his all right, guys, if you don't mind, I need a little siesta. This is starting to sting.
Honestly, like a crow's pecking at my teeth on the outside.
He goes, this is definitely permanent damage.
I don't know. Them roller bullets just cut right through you.
If I move my hand, I can feel the wind in my mouth.
But
the Proud Boys, like I said, dude, and it's not that I bought into it. I know that the Proud Boys thing was a complete concept of joke at first. And now people have dedicated their lives to like a thing that's not even.
As a wrestling fan, it reminds me of people that take wrestling too seriously.
They're all marks.
They're all marks. That's all it is. And they're like the people that are like, you can't say AEW is better than WWE and then go to a WWE event. And you're like,
marks.
Yes,
you're
you
right.
can. You can like all of it. Roman Reigns is not really a tribal chief. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's nerds. Dude,
you get too into it. By the way,
that
both
big
sides,
big Antifa fatso, that big black guy
stinks.
Is the worst dude.
That guy stinks. All the people,
and he says, "He goes, and we'll go. He goes, and we'll be aggressive. We'll be confrontational. And we'll be and get in their face. Like, dude, you are a big fatso who is going to die."
Yeah, he breathes like this. He's like,
is that the guy with the hat that said Jesus?
No, this is another documentary. This Antifa guy that's like morbidly obese, and he's like, I'm always there. I'm always ready for a rumble. It reminds me of the people that protest.
He's a big fatso. On both sides, they're just ridiculous.
The people that protested Chappelle, that Netflix protest.
Antifa showed up for Dave Smith.
It's just so weird. It's so weird to see they have flags that say all bunch of different things, but a lot of them say like "fuck your feelings" while they're at the, and it's like you're the most. These are your feelings. You're mad. Sensitive. You're upset and sad, and you feel sad and scared. Fuck my feeling. Fuck your feelings. My feelings didn't break into the Capitol.
My feelings are playing a 7-year-old Xbox game and getting upset.
My feelings deal with it in video games.
Yeah, I don't
show up at Nancy Pelosi's office.
I didn't vote.
It was sad. Like, man, I'm sad Trump lost. But I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Talk about your feelings.
I'm pretty happy Kenny Omega still has the AEW championship.
Yeah.
Dude, the way they're screaming, it's like these people should have all gone home, like by what they're saying here, to, just shanty towns of like living in shit and squalor, because I don't think it's the case. I
would like to see a follow-up, because there was a lot of stuff about people like they were just at the Radisson partying after. They're just at the bar at their hotels being like, shit got nuts, huh? They're just drinking
First
beer.
we storm the Capitol, then we go get half-price apps at Applebee's.
And then I use my Hilton Honors.
Is this the marginalized people raising up, or is the Antifa the marginalized people? Like, I don't know who. Like,
I don't know. It just sounds like a lot of people need hugs, bro.
Yeah, man. Like,
or a lot of people need to smoke some fucking nice in the rotunda.
In the rotunda.
Play this guy.
Find a
common
tundra,
sense. It's so
blaze
weird.
up.
Blaze up, dude. Blaze up.
It's time. Yeah, we're going in the Capitol. We're
He
going
goes,
in the Capitol.
We're going to the Capitol. Are we going to the Capitol?
What if they were successful and then they became our government? What would we have done?
I don't know.
Idiots are in charge, and you're
they
just
just
like,
did a takeover?
I don't know. I think we're about
Now
to learn
what?
what the Secretary of Narnar would do.
That's almost what I'm saying, though. It's like, you're right. In third world countries, an army of 25 people can bust into some kind of tiki
Government
hut
building.
palace and shoot a guy in the chest, shoot the two people standing next to him, and go, "We are now your leaders," and that might carry for the next 15 to 20 years.
Dude, there's coup
As a thing.
d'etats that happen.
But like,
nice, Dan.
This-
Very good.
Thank
this is all.
you.
This is all. That was nice. This is all the. She's not wrong. I see it now. Now I see why I want to
Yeah,
fuck
I put
you so
English.
bad.
Yeah,
I put a
right?
little
It's-
fucking a little on the end.
Oh man, now I see, man. I can't believe I can
How
keep
much
my hands
time
off
between
you.
shows?
They like, fuck.
We were
I
talking
know
about.
it's my fault.
Oh, no. We were
No, it's
talking.
Pot's fault.
Oh, if they were to win in third world countries,
Oh,
and
as
they
I'm
come in
saying,
and
like
take over the
it's like
government.
their ideas like that. We said no one knows what to do. We're in the
They don't have
Capitol
a
now,
leader.
and then they're like, wait, do we think for a second? Like, it's amazing we've gotten this far. Goes, do we think that now, like the Braveheart shaman's going to get there and be like, I'm a senator now.
goes,
There's
"Good
a
news."
scene at
Okay.
one point when they're in the room where the laws are made, where they like 6 of them crowd around a piece of paper to read it, and I was just like, "Oh boy,
They don't-
you need 6 of you to work
and
this
the way they're
out?"
looking at you, they go, "What is this? The pay stubs?
Oh,
is this Chuck
whoa.
Schumer's pay stubs?"
Whoa,
So these
dude.
things don't matter. Like, who cares?
QAnon shaman sits down and just puts together a pretty rational infrastructure bill.
Oh, dude, that'd
You're
be
like,
so
"Oh,
funny.
actually,
You go,
I think that will
goes,
help."
"Now,
with
guys,
that."
you know, if-
Yeah.
I'm here. He goes, guys, I'm here for one reason only. He goes, road work at nights.
Yeah.
Hear me out. It changes the rush hour. It makes people be able to get to work. It causes less frustration.
Excuse me, older man with zip ties, would you like to say something? And he's like, we need to take into account climate change, even though I don't believe in it. I'm just saying, maybe we build
Think
up
about it.
our oceans need protecting.
Man,
So-
the Eagle Stadium ran for 4 years on wind power. Last time I went to the game, was the first thing I noticed. They were like, "Fuck this, dude." Fuck
We got
this.
diesel.
The turbines are off the building
Oh,
now. It's
that's
like,
so
yeah,
funny.
we're gonna go back to
We
old.
tried it. Nobody cared, so we
No one.
stopped.
They wanted to get their dicks sucked for it.
Yeah, we
They
didn't
would
get
make
enough
such
credit.
big deals about it. No one cares. Everyone just goes, "Why are the lights so dim here?"
Yeah, like, this sucks, dude. I want fucking nacho cheese that shoots out at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, crank pumping my own nacho cheese like an ass.
What am I, Amish? Let's go, Smoke.
Woo!
I love a cop pulling one guy back like it's gonna make a difference.
in this message, and 800,000 kids go missing a year.
Oh my
Oh, this is
god!
it.
in the
Oh
United
my
States
god! This
that are being
unchecked.
held
Yeah, this is what
The fact that this goes unchecked.
We put the same exact timestamp, 39 minutes.
Yeah,
So please go back a few seconds.
Because he goes,
This
babies?
statement just sits there, and nobody goes, "That's not true. That is not true. That is a false."
He goes,
Flag.
I'll make one of those statements right now. 1 million women are murdered and raped. Actually, that's probably a real stat.
Every 10 seconds.
I go,
Every 10 seconds.
Every
is-
10
is
seconds.
safe,
It's got to
yeah.
give a crazy time.
every
Yeah,
10
yeah.
seconds an albino baby is raped to death.
Whoa! We should storm the Capitol.
And Donald Trump doesn't like that. So
And he's
that's
working.
why.
He gives him credit, like he's working on
So
it.
I got to burn one in the old rotunda.
And then
For
there's like,
change, man.
and then there's pictures of,
Stop
by the
raping
way,
that albino kid, man.
Bill Clinton and Donald Trump hung out with Jeffrey Epstein.
Oy.
So you can't say either side is fighting human trafficking.
I
Let
don't
him
even, I
spit
don't
the
even know
stat.
what this flag says right here, but nothing that means so much.
Dunkin'
nothing,
Donuts?
It's
Yeah,
disco font.
yeah, nothing. Just disco font that ends in an N apostrophe.
Yeah. Dude, I kind of want to know
So
if that
it's like
flag
just
says-
insurrecting.
Damn Yeah, dude, what is it? It's a P.
It looks like a P. I know. It looks like it
like
says
jumping.
like Biden be tripping.
And you go, can you make it look like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air graffiti?
Absolutely, I can. Can you put it in
betcha.
Jersey Mike's font, please?
You betcha.
It's like a Jersey Mike's font. Jersey Mike subs.
Man, now I want a fucking turkey club on a regular roll.
Gotta play it.
I
It's his
turn
speech.
around, and I see now that people were going in.
We're going in?
And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
We're going in. We're going in.
That's a drop. We're going in.
We're going in.
But here,
Here we go.
Woo!
we gotta let his statement play full.
I started believing in Trump. I believed in his message.
All right, you can talk to that.
Okay, cool. Anyway.
Sorry, a couple of internet issues here. Sorry.
Internet's down. We get the 3 buttons. We get the thing. We grab whatever
But
you want.
because something in this speech is why, if of all this stuff,
It's worth it. You have to hear him say
for
it.
all this, for 2 moments that I've put down in timestamps, this is one of them. It's got to be something.
Oh, dude.
It's his statement.
Here we go.
There it
And I
is.
see now that people were going in. And I was like, oh my gosh. We're going in. We're going in.
We're going in. Oh my god. He looks so hot.
Whoa.
I just stood on the steps and waved the flag a bunch. I didn't get nuts. That's my defense when I'm talking to the lawyers.
Like, what did I do? I was a flag bearer.
I just sit there going like this. Woo!
I was in the color guard. Use my skills.
I like
Don't get a
it's
chance
like,
to whip a flag around.
like no,
after
this
high
is
school.
very American that we're throwing bricks through the windows of
The Capitol.
the Capitol. It's so weird.
Man, why is it doing
And by the way,
this?
save your messages and tweets if you're going to write me a thing. It goes, it is American. We're supposed to be able to have militia against the government. Like, I'm just saying, this is insane behavior.
There's a part where one of them says, like, screw the government class, the political class. And I'm like, I agree with you on that. They're all full of shit. I'm with you on that.
They
I
suck
don't
asshole.
think you should break down the door.
Attack police officers and like smash them in the door. It's crazy.
I started believing in Trump. I believed in his message. And 800,000 kids go missing a year in the United States that are being held captive
What?
and tortured
Okay.
and
And
killed.
tortured.
That's usually what gets people into the door supporting Trump, is because we can all relate to having love for children. And if children are
that
being
true,
kidnapped
man?
and tortured and enslaved sexually,
Wait.
it's wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Good.
It's wrong.
What a
There it is.
fucking
It's
dipshit.
wrong.
What a fucking dipshit. Also, like, what's funny to think is in his argument that Trump, we can all agree that's what gets you to his side, which means the other side is like, let's rape and fucking
Make it
torture kids.
810,000,
Yeah.
please.
If you join our side, we'll rape
Yes.
more kids.
Oh, please take my kids while you're at it. 800,000.
But it's always these things where it's like duh categories where they're like diseases are bad. Duh.
Oh yeah, exactly. It goes, yeah. Trump is against the murder of children.
Okay.
So
Every human should be.
Tell me
So
the 6 things he's done that were your favorite.
so call me a radical, but I'm against child murder.
But they do
I know they
that-
always boil it down to those things
Yeah.
like that. He goes, oh, it goes, you're a Republican. He goes, I'm sorry. He goes, I choose not to follow the words of lizard people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get sue me. I'm the bad guy.
But then the people on the left are just as bad where they're like, you had a bad thought, you had a racist thought, like the Alyssa Milano thing. If you thought it, it's a problem. You're like, shut
You need
up.
to be held accountable for your racism, for your photoshopped dresses,
yeah, don't give yourself a hip when there is no hip to be had.
for your waistline.
There's a lot of people
How dare
that would
you make
like
yourself
hips.
look like an hourglass when actually you're just kind of like a rectangle, but a little bit
I want to
hourglassy.
start photoshopping in a fat ass on my pictures.
Yes.
God, I would love if you had a juicy
like a
booty.
running back,
fucking
it's like
dumper.
up and
Yeah,
out.
I mean-
Yeah, Jerome Bettis
Yeah,
butt, dude.
a real fucking Dante 2011.
I would love it. Dante had such a dumper, dude.
Oh my god, high and tight.
That's why he could just drill women through walls.
No shit.
Fun.
He's a former male stripper.
That is bringing the awareness of this.
Of what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's so
Do you know,
proud of
you know what's
himself.
saying that? He's the one got bringing awareness. I didn't.
Know
I've
anything
never
about
heard a
that.
word about Donald Trump ever talking about kids going missing
That's
for
like
sexual
but that's like the
exploits.
QAnon
That's the QAnon thing.
And I
That's
was
what they
listening
say it
I was
is.
listening to a podcast. I was listening to the last podcast on the left. Was talking about the Satanic Panic, and they said there's a direct correlation between those people in the early '90s that were getting everyone scared about satanic worshipers and QAnon. They're using the same kind of things that they used, where they're like satanic people kidnap children, they rape them and murder them, them, and that's what happens. And it's
because it's the most obvious bad.
Yeah.
So if you want to get people on your side, you're just like, aren't you against this? And they're like, well, of course. And then they follow.
Even
but
the pedophiles that are for that are like, well, yeah, you don't say it.
Yeah, you don't say it.
You've been listening to SiriusXM's Bonfire. New episodes every Tuesday through Friday mornings, and full shows always on SiriusXM.